Yes, how are you, my friends? I hope everything is good. So I'm going to take you through the basic syntax and some concepts in Python. So in this tutorial, I'll take you through how to create the first Python program um, for greeting people. Also, I'll teach about how to create variables. What are the rules that you need to follow when you're creating variables? And also, you'll be able to know about what comments are and different types of comments that are available in Python. Okay, now when you talk about a variable is just like a name storage location where you can store a value. So for example, you want to create a system that can be able to collect people's names. So you can use name as a variable to store the names that you'll be able to grab from different input boxes. What are the rules for naming variables? Number one, a variable must start with a letter or an underscore character. It must not have a Python keyword. It must not be a Python keyword. For example, for, if, else, print. These ones are not valid uh, names to use as variable names. Then assigning variables must follow the syntax below. Variable name equals to value. Then if you're using a compound word as a variable name, then there should not be a white space in between them. For example, it's wrong to say distance in meters as a variable name. Instead, you rather say distance in meters. So in other words, when you're using a compound name to store some value, maybe you want to give a more description to that variable. Don't leave a space in between the words you're using. So make sure that they're used as one word. A variable name is taken as a one word. So here, in this slide, we're going to look at valid examples of variable names and those ones that are invalid. So fname equals to mark. This is a valid because of how it is. It starts with a letter. It starts with a letter. There is no white space. And then reason late. This is a valid. Then first school ABC, that's valid. Underscore time. This is valid because it follows the basic rules that we've just described. The ones that are invalid are first name. You can see there is a space in between. That's why it's invalid. For remember, it's a keyword, therefore it must not be used as a variable name. Then first school, we're having one starting. So it's starting with a number. Therefore, this one cannot be a valid variable name. Now, for the list below, which ones are valid variable names? And so this is a task that you're going to do. Say first president, time in seconds, and then underscore school, first hospital. So you're supposed to identify the one that's valid and then the one that's not valid from that list. So data types in Python. So what data types are? They are basically the words that are used to tell us what type of information or what type of data are we keying in Python software. So we have strings, integers, boolean, list, tuples, and dictionaries. So I'll go through them one by one. So string, these are sequence of characters that are used to represent text-based data. Creating strings, strings can be created by enclosing the text with a single quote or a double quote. Both are valid. It's up for the developer's preference. It's you to choose which one do you want. For example, you can have my underscore string one, hello world. You can see this one is they've created it using a single double quote. No, okay, we have a double quote there, and then my string Python is fun. This one also they've used single quote. So the two they imply the same thing. They mean the same. Integers are whole numbers which are both positive and negative. They don't have any fractional part. So for a variety of tasks, we use them for counting, performing arithmetic operation, and also indexing. I'm going to introduce these operations in our coming tutorials. Python's integer data type int is one of the most commonly used data type. So we have another one that accepts decimals, which you call float. I'm going to teach you how we can use them. So creating integers. To create an integer is very easy. What you need to do, just create a variable name. You can see this is a single letter x and assign it to any positive whole number or negative whole number. That is it. It's just as easy as that. Boolean, this is an inbuilt data type that represents two values. It can either be a true or false. And these ones are used to represent logical conditions on the basis of conditional statements and control flow in programs. For example, you want to create a program that can, let's say, give the first person a gold medal, the second one silver medal, and the other one you can say maybe no medal. You can say we are executing commands. You can say if position is, let's say, first, then you give a gold medal. And then if the position is second, then you give a silver medal. Or else we have no medal. So you can see that is a conditional. There's something that we are evaluating. And then as a result, the answer can either be a true or a false. And then a list is a built-in data type that is used to store ordered collection of data items. Then they are very flexible. They can hold items of different data types. They can store integers, string, and so on. Lists are mutable, meaning that you can be able to modify the data after you've created them. Then we have tuples. A tuple is an immutable. So it's just similar. It's used in the same way a list is used. The only thing is that once you create a tuple, its operations. Okay, you cannot be able to use some operations to modify the data inside. They store multiple items in a single variables and are often used for data that should not be changed. And then dictionaries, these ones they store data in a key value pair. So they are unordered, mutable, and also rather than indexed by keys rather than numerical values. I'm going to demonstrate this on what it means. So these ones, they are unique, and therefore it maps a value. It maps a unique key to a given value. So they are very useful in scenarios where you need to associate the values to unique identifiers. For example, address of a book, storing product, and so on. So that's the end of our slide. And in our next tutorial, we are going to have a practical overview of what we've just looked at. Otherwise, thank you for watching this tutorial. Kindly don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share it to your friend. Have a good day.